Hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today we're gonna shoot some of that zinc ammo. There's the zinc, approximately 140 grain zinc bullets right there. And first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot some on paper, and then we're gonna shoot some steel, and then we're gonna shoot it over the crony and into the ballistic gel. See if we can capture some bullets, see what it looks like on steel. I'm going to answer all your questions. So let's go ahead and get started. See what lead look like. Alright, we're going to put one over the crony. Let's see what she looks like. There they are. $19.24. That's all we're going to do. Okay. So in an effort to keep these bullets from coming out of the gel, I put wood and everything on top of it and around it, because we know how these bullets, even though they're zinc, have a tendency to jump out of our gel. So here we go. Okay, I can't tell. I'm gonna shoot another one. Still can't tell. I think it's in there. I'm gonna hit it again. All right, I know we got one this time because it's sitting right here. It went in just like that. I knew we captured it that time. All right, a whole lot happened out there. You know, I know, you know, I mean, you know, we hit the paper, we hit some steel, we shot one over the chronograph, we shot one into the three into the ballistic gel. I knew that catching these bullets was going to be a real pain. Matter of fact, just in my testing and playing around, I've already shot a couple of them in there. I mean, you seen the ballistic gel, it was already tore up. So anyway, let's try to make heads or tails of everything that we've seen. Let's start with the first one. We shot the paper. This is the paper right here. You know, I mean, make of it what you want. But it looks to me like two groups. I can't remember now which one I shot first. It seemed like this bullet here hit first. I was aiming here, and it shot here first, I think. Anyway, whichever way it did, you'll see in the video, obviously. But it looks like we have two groups. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3. That is, in my opinion, you know, really good because, and then we got two right here. So it looks like two groups. Like I said, make of it what you want. You can see the holes. The holes look pretty good on it. There's your close-up. You can decide, you know, how things look. I think they look, you know, pretty good. They're probably not 100% perfect, but pretty good. So there's the target. You know, the next thing that we done was we shot the steel, and I deliberately put this piece of cardboard. Let's see if I can get it right. I deliberately put this piece of cardboard underneath the steel plate because I know that everybody asks, you know, does this thing disintegrate when it hits steel? Is it a penetrator? You know, because it's so hard. And I keep saying, you know, it's a fragmenting round. I would be right because see these, try to let you see it, try to get close up here. You see all the little tiny holes all up and down, and do you see that blue streak? Looks like a blue or gray streak or something there. That's something else I wanted to show you because in some of my testing I'd found this on another piece of cardboard, if you read about zinc, you know, they describe it as kind of a blue metal, alright, which you know, I think that this is where it kind of powdered right there. Alright, but you can see all the tiny little holes, and you know, you can follow this up. And now these holes here was from another time, okay, from the other side of the board, but you can see all these little tiny holes, you know. But that you can see where it went through the other side on another time I was testing it. But anyway, this is what we've seen today. There's that. So it looks like it powdered and fragmented. And then while we're on the subject of shooting paper and steel, let's look at what I found. I went down there before I come back in, and this is interesting because I haven't seen this yet myself. This is brand new to me. Do you see what this is? These are the bottoms of the bullet that hit the steel that we just shot. Alright, so, and here's another one. One's a little bit thicker or longer than the other. I'll try to let you see this. It looks like it shattered. The bullet shattered all the way to that point right there. Just like you know, when we normally shoot steel with our lead, we'll end up with these little you know, these little pellets. You know, where you can see the back side of the bullet right there. These little flats with the lead. Well, these just disintegrated and fragmented and shattered, just like you've seen on that cardboard, down to this little piece on the end. That's pretty cool. That's something new that we learned about zinc bullets. Okay, now let's something else while we're on the subject of looking at evidence in our bullets. Here's something else I had found from shooting all. I mean, I shot a lot of bullets to make all this happen. I really did. I shot a lot of bullets. Anyway, this is a bullet that went into the ground. Alright, I'm going to try to, I want you to see that. Let me set one of these down. That is a bullet that went into the ground, you know, beyond my target that I was shooting at. I had the shovel out and I dug up as much stuff as I could dig out to try to find something like this. Now this is a zinc bullet that went into the ground and it stayed almost whole. Alright, now here's another zinc bullet that went into the ground that I dug out. And it has, looks like it might have turned backwards, flipped in the ground or something, and hit a rock, flipped around somehow, and you can see it's bowed, it has a little bow to it. It's a little wonky. There's the back end of it. The front end of it has some, you know, deforming going on there. So you know, just to weigh it, that's a bullet, that first bullet, because it's whole. It looks like, you know, it looks to be whole. You know, other than it looks like it got pitted up and scraped up and everything else going into the ground, and it was deep in the ground. All of these bullets are that I've been shooting today are, you know, 137 to 141, something like that ish. Seems like most of them been averaging probably around 140. This is 136.3 on the scale right there, and it's missing a little tiny piece of the tip right there, and it's scraped up, so it didn't lose much. Alright, so we got through that. That's pretty cool evidence. I know what you guys want. You guys ask me these questions all the time. I'm learning. Okay, and then on that same subject, I'd found some more pieces. All right, this was in the ground. Look, this bullet broke off. The bullet broke in half. I don't know where the other part of it is. See? That's the only part I found. But it's a zinc bullet and it just broke in half. Alright, now here's another piece. I thought this was like a Keith bullet or something at first. When I first dug it out, I was like, I'm pulling out bullets from all kind of calibers. And this is another piece right there. And it broke off. And one thing to notice, I didn't even notice before, but that little black spot that you see on the tip right there, that is a pinhole. Okay. So, the reason I didn't even notice that about this piece of bullet. I didn't look at it that good. But we'll talk about that in a minute. And this was another piece that I found. Look at this one. It bent and the tip broke off in the ground, went into the ground. There's the bottom side of it. Here's the part that broke off. It bent. Little boomerang. See that? Pretty cool stuff. Okay, I mean, we're moving along pretty good here, finding out just all kinds of goodies. So that was that. Okay, just to put it in perspective, these were, you know, the same bullets that I found in the ground, except for they're lead. Alright, look how they reacted. You know, ripped a piece off, you know, into a rock or whatever. And then here was another piece right here, just kind of ripped into it. So they react very differently, where these bend and mushroom and all that kind of thing. Those zinc bullets will break off and fragment and shatter. So I just thought I'd give you a perspective like that. Alright, next, before I move on, I just for the viewers that were interested, while I was digging up those bullets, I'd found another zinc bullet from when I was shooting the 223 beyond the target in the ground, and this was one I dug up. You know, people were asking about, you know, the lines and all that. You can see the lines on it. And you know, it's pretty damaged. You know, you see the nose. That was the 223 bullet that I shot from my Arsenal mold. The one that I made with that. When I did the outdoor heat the pot up, ladle pour it in kind of deal. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. Next, since we're showing bullets, okay, we've been to the target, the paper, the steel, and now here's the ballistic gel. You see what I did? I covered that crap up with wood. I mean, because I knew that bullet was going to, I was like, there is not a bullet going to get out of this thing. And so I covered it up with wood, and they still escaped me somehow. I don't know. There may be one in there. I just didn't see it. I don't know. But it was kind of cool when I finally shot that last shot, and this thing went in. It did its little flippity-do, just like the lead bullets do, by the way. The lead bullets flip around. They cause a huge wake zone. And then it came to rest inside. When I moved the first gel block, you seen this sticking in backwards, sticking out of the second gel block. Alright, so these things are, what these things moving on the chronograph, 1924. That's consistent with everything that I've measured so far. So, you know, just under 2,000 feet per second for 140 grain bullet. That's not bad. So this is out of the Ballistic Gel. A lot of you guys are going to want to see this, because you guys asked me, okay, what's the rifling look like and all of that. So here we go. I'm going to try to see the rifling on it. The rifling looks decent on it. You know, people say, you know, well, you know, is the bullet just skidding down the barrel, and that's why you had one keyhole on you and that kind of thing. Well, the evidence of this bullet don't indicate that. It's there's, you know, decent rifling on it, on the bullet. There's the bottom of the bullet. That's where the sprue was cut. There's the nose of the bullet. The bullet looks good. I mean, it almost looks like you could load the sucker. So I mean, all the rifling is on this thing. Let's just throw it on the scale. It's weighing in at 141.2. So that's one of the heavier ones. It didn't lose nothing. It don't look like. So that was the one out of the Ballistic Gel. I mean, we did so good during this testing. Even the paper target, I'm happy with. I know it was 2 groups on there, but I'm telling you, you know, I was running out of bullets and running out of time. And as soon as I found something that was close to looked like it was going to work in group for me, I just stopped and started shooting a video, because I was running out of time and bullets. I mean, man, you know, I only made so many bullets, and I know, you guys stop screaming at me. Stop screaming. I know you guys are screaming. Somebody's saying, what did you load it with? What powder did you use? Give us give us some load data. I hear you screaming, but you didn't raise your hand. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Load data. I used Winchester 296, and I settled on 15.4 grains. 15.4 grains of Winchester 296. Now, I tried a few different powders, and I probably got impatient and didn't do enough with the powders before I moved on to another powder. But I tried Little Gun. I tried Little Gun for sure. Now, I was going to start with Accurate 1680, but it looked like I wasn't going to get enough powder in the case. And Little Gun seemed to, I seemed to get a little more velocity for fitting the powder in. Now, I will tell you this, even with the Winchester 296, I started as high as 16.5 grains. This is a large bullet for the bullet weight. So if you look at the load data is going to give you something like, you know, for I think out of 50th edition, Lyman 50th edition, the load data is going to give you something like 17 grains starting for that bullet weight. But remember, the bullet that you would be loading from the load data is half the size of this. So you got to fit the bullet in the case. So I did try as high as 16.5, and I'll be honest, whenever I loaded it, it was crunchy. It was crunchy, so it was a compressed load. So I kept bringing it down. Little crunch was okay. I can't remember, with the 15.4, I didn't notice a crunch anymore. So I'm down below the compressed, but I'm definitely on the powder. I'm definitely touching the powder. And, you know, as far as the overall length, I believe it was 2.240. But it loads to that last crimp groove, right below the driving band right there. So it's pretty obvious where this one is going to, if I can get it to focus, on that last. And you can see this bullet, you can see where it went through the sides there. You see that dark band on it. And they're not, you know, you can see how it's inconsistent. See how it was rubbed hard on one side, and then there's a light spot or no contact. You can probably tell that. See the dark and then light. All right. So there's some inconsistencies, you know, in the mold, in the zinc, all of that, you know, to deal with. Now, I said I was going to talk about this hole that I found in this piece of bullet. All right, there's a hole in there. Well, there's a cavity, and then here's another bullet. All right, that I molded up, cast. See it? There's a hole in it. So, you know, apparently that can happen. You know, putting it in too fast, too slow. You know, not hot enough. Well, on this one right here, I can look at it and tell you that it probably wasn't hot enough, because the more shinier these bullets are, the colder the mold was when it was cast. So there you go. So, but on the other hand, you know, I have to talk about some of the things that I learned. You know, or you know, especially for folks that would want to try this. You know, first of all, let me say, I'm not doing this as a replacement for lead. You know, there's a little bit, you know, I mean, it's hard on our molds, you know, at the higher temperatures and harder materials and all of that. You know, first of all, I mean, that's what I know right off the bat. You know, getting this stuff hotter, and, you know, but there is a skill level that is built as you do this. The next time I do this, I could do it a whole lot easier with the knowledge that I have. So with that said, this is not a replacement for lead. This is an alternative. Some folks live in places you might not even be able to use lead. Other than that, you may run out of lead. You may not be able to find lead. And you know, here's a video of some information about zinc, and it shows some possibilities as an alternative. Or I'm kind of excited a little bit still. As much work as this is to do this, I'm still kind of excited about this. So I'm not going to stop here. I'd cast some 223 bullets. It's a whole nother bullet design. So, you know, and I found some, you know, there's some things that give me a hunch, you know, about these other bullets that might work better than the first ones for the 223. I just have some hunches that I have to follow. I mean, that's what's wrong with us people, right? Curiosity, you know, just kind of drives it. Anyway, I don't want to make this video very long, but you know, this is an alternative, obviously. And where was I at? So, I mean, here's the as far as the process goes, it's harder on our stuff. I mean, that's kind of where I was going. It's harder on our stuff. There's our zinc ingot. We've got a lot to learn with this stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it, really. This right here. I mean, I could totally go on. I mean, there's a lot of more information I could give you. I try to get as much out as possible so I don't get a million questions, on it. But this is these are the cases. I just thought I'd show them to you that we just shot. All right, so you can just kind of see. Here's the primers. I know folks like to see this. I will say, on the load, 15.4 grains of the 296 at 2.240 is where it seemed to be the sweet spot. And it's you could try other powder. If some of you guys try this and try other powders, by all means let me know where they are. But anyway, YouTube, this right here, I feel like I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I think I covered everything. This right here is the 223 bullet from the Lee mold. There's kind of a couple of things about it that make me feel pretty good about it. Anyway, just to take out some of the mystery, I was mentioning the 223 bullet. I mean, these are the bullets you guys see me cast. But that's something that interests me. There's some things that I have about this bullet that kind of gives me a hunch. YouTube, I mean, we uncovered so much good stuff. I hope I covered it all. I tried to kind of methodically, move through it. Anyway, we're gonna shoot some of these 223 zinc bullets, and everything. I'm excited about the results. For any of you guys that think, well, do you think you done good? I really do. Obviously there's some improvements to be made. There's inconsistencies in the bullets that we have to deal with. You've seen the paper, 2 groups. The bullet holes look pretty decent, and shot some steel, seen what the fragmenting bullets look like. YouTube, thank you guys very much, and I will see you in the next video.